Hello, teammates. Welcome to Shitcoin Talk, episode 67. I'm Dumb, and here I have my fellow traders with me. Roy, say hello.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name's Roy Blackstone, but I'm actually the third brother of the Bogdanovs. I call the top. I also call the bottom. Get fucked. Next.
Well, you're supposed to
Uh,
hand it off to somebody.
yeah, SoCal,
All
welcome
right.
back, man.
Hey, it's good to be back, buddy. How
What's
you guys
going
doing?
on?
Oh
Good.
man, loving life. Just tried to. I've just been, like I said the other day, been in easy mode recently, just playing the bounces off of these Bitcoin shenanigans and taking the profits and padding my alt bags. That's basically it right now, and mining.
Hell yeah. Good to have you back, man. And
Oh, yeah.
Nitacoin. Hello.
Well, unlike my fellow companions, I'm not going to pretend like I've been winning lately. So,
I thought
Oh
it
no,
was
on
saying, man.
altcoins I have lost. On
um,
altcoins I'm down, obviously, but
I'm
that's
just
why I just
making mad lists right now. We're gonna have a good December, I think, coming up here. So, getting everything ready, getting the shitcoin calendar planned out, and
Ooh, I can't wait for that, man.
hoping December
yes.
is a good time.
Oh man,
Yeah.
2019 pump calendar, please.
So is this a new annual tradition or
Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. Bear market, bull market, doesn't matter.
Team
There's
Nitacoin, dude.
there's 25 good coins. That's really it. It doesn't mean that they're gonna move, or they might even all go down. Who knows? But I'm gonna make 25 coins that I like for December, and we'll see how that goes.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's what, like 3,000 different coins and tokens. I'm pretty sure you could scare up 25.
Yeah,
Oh
there's a
yeah.
lot of good stuff happening. A lot of coins people have been ignoring just because Bitcoin's down so much. There's a lot of good updates coming up. I think once people kind of see what's going on, they'll kind of get back excited about altcoins. So that's what I'm gonna hope.
Now you're getting me
Everyone
excited,
has
bro.
fun, man. Everyone has fun this season.
Excellent. And Crypto Rogue, as
What's
always,
up,
a
Crypto
pleasure.
Rogue? I'm still patiently waiting for my sub 3K bids to be filled. The Bears promised me we were going there, so um, hanging on for dear life till that actually happens. And then I'm very bullish on 6K charts making a reappearance on crypto Twitter this week. Expect lots of those from the same people calling for 1,000, mind you.
Yeah.
So,
The old flipperoo.
you can't find the 1,000 tweets because those are all deleted. Just so you know, but there will be an influx of 6K targets within as in we're gonna hit it in 5 days according to
Oh
that.
yeah.
So yeah, pass it over to Urban.
So I've been super hyped because of Bitcoin. Normally, as we know, like the past couple months, Bitcoin's been sideways. Nobody can really trade it. It's been store of value, but now the volume and volatility are back, regardless of whether it's down or up. I think it's extremely good for the circulation within the total cryptocurrency market cap. And so, but overall, the reason why I'm so happy is because I can trade a super large cap like Bitcoin again and actually see 10 to 15% moves within, a huge liquid market cap versus having to trade, shit coins to get 10, 15% movements. And then the risk reward is just not there. So that's why I'm pretty much in such a good mood, is because I can trade Bitcoin again.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin has been on a tear the last day. So
Yeah, I would definitely. Sorry, I was gonna say I'd definitely say I've been liking the big moves. Like I said, it kind of, at least on Bitcoin, it definitely makes it for easy mode trading. Like I said, because whenever you get those big 10-15% moves, it doesn't matter which direction, you're almost guaranteed a multi percentage point bounce or drop, whichever in the opposite direction. You get what I'm saying? So it makes it really easy to play those bounces because there's always going to be something when you get a big, huge move like that.
yeah, should we just look at Bitcoin real quick? show the people what's going on? Anybody got charts?
Show them the corn.
Show them the corn, dude. I wish we had music, like, show them the corn. Like I don't know what kind of music you play.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance.
No, we would play that. We'd play that one song where that guy's screaming in the mountains.
Don't even
That would
show
be-
the charts. Just show the Nasdaq listing announcement.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That would be the Bitcoin theme song right there. It would be. See, look at that. Look at that. Both of those bounces I played, it was just too damn easy, man.
Volatility,
but of course,
man.
Yeah, but like I said, that's easy. But I didn't catch the drop. I didn't anticipate it. I didn't try to catch knives or anything. But just as soon as it hit about negative 10%, I was like, okay, gonna start scaling into a long here because there's almost always a multi-point bounce after a drop that big. Almost always. So it was like I said, for me, it was just easy mode trading for just trading those bounces.
Yeah, Bitcoin looks nice, man. For now.
For now.
What say you, Urban TA?
I think that the amount of volume coming in terms of, like, I've been tracking I've been watching it like a hawk lately in terms of all the large orders I've been going through. And I can say with conviction that buy volume is definitely outweighing sell volume in terms of large orders. I think that it's bad to narrow in on like the recent trades and like the order book because the crowd can definitely make it seem like their bias is going to end up playing out, but the way the market works is the one with the most money is going to be the one dictating where the money or the price action is going to go. So I've just been tracking like are these large guys actually coming back into the market? And the overwhelming conviction is yes, they are. But it's with Bitcoin this unstable, some might say, it's rare for people not to take profits on the way back up. So it's you don't want to FOMO into anything, but like it looks really solid from a technical perspective.
Yeah. It does look really nice right now. Rogue, anybody else? Anything to say? Everyone's just so speechless.
No, we're almost out of what I consider kind of like the danger zone that we did not want to get stuck under. If we got stuck down here below this 4,200 level, there's a good chance we were going to stay here for a while. So ideally, we want to see it move up. If we if we break that 4,800 level, we could push right up into the mid 5,000s. But we kind of wanted to get out of this dip and start, at least going sideways at worst. If not, keep on pushing up. I wouldn't mind seeing another bear trap or two make an appearance, right, and go from there. But the past 2 days were really good. I think, at least for any hopes of a bit of a recovery before year end. This is what we desperately needed, desperately wanted to see. So just be careful. Don't try and FOMO into anything, because this thing can still swing a couple $100 either way real fast at this price level. So kind of just set your order blocks, your entries, and just wait for it to hit, and go from there.
Yeah. This was something people were mentioning before the show as well, before we went live. I think Urban TA, you mentioned this, but basically, if you look at this on the weekly as well, on Bitcoin on the weekly, this actually kind of looks like a massive like bear trap, just basically built as a liquidation event or a liquidity event for people who are trying to get large positions in the market. So it is really, really hard in a sideways market with the super low volume to get a nice sizable chunk of Bitcoin at that 6K level. So it is certainly possible that we had this, we could call it like semi-flash crash on the weekly down, and now we're going to start moving back up, consolidating, moving back up. But it is certainly possible that we won't ever hit that 3.6K level again, if that was the plan the entire time.
Yeah, I mean it's starting to form. I mean, I I'd be impressed if it happens, but if we push up to 5,500 again, we get a tweezer bottom on the weekly, and that should get your dick hard as a bull, because that's a beautiful reversal pattern. So we still have half the week to go. Lots of things could still happen. No reason we might not get a $1,000 daily candle, but it's not going to go straight up. They're going to shake you the fuck out of this. No easy money for retail traders, that's for sure. Just look at if you look at yesterday's price action on the 15 or the 5 minute, you'll see what I'm talking about. How hard that went up and down repeatedly before the eventual breakout late last night.
Yeah.
So just be wary if you're scalping on the lower time frames. Just be wary. They're gonna fuck with you hard. But the higher time frames I've started to look a whole lot better.
Well,
The
not
chart
only that,
he's basically Aldo. He's showing you what could happen from there. Those are just the potential pullback targets and what might happen. You never know. We're just he's taking a stab at it. I have
go ahead.
I was going to answer Shooter McGavin's question. Just basically, I got a long position, and then I'm trying to play some of the smaller intraday swings up and down as they hit kind of my support, resistance, or order block targets, and just using a separate account to play those without compromising the really good entry I have, and just going to kind of let it ride. I don't particularly see it dropping down to 3,600 again, so it's to me it's a safe position to hold on. And the way funding is going as well, you're getting paid really fucking nicely to hold along right now.
Yep.
So why not just keep it until until we get a strong signal that says either this is a bull trap or the bounce is just that, a bounce and not a reversal.
Well, and also to add on to that, to answer what Shooter was asking is that I myself, what I was describing was I was just scalping those bounces and using the profits from that to add to my altcoin bags. So that's what I was doing. But that's just one way you can do it,
Yeah. You see Barry Silver tweet, he's like, I'm buying Mana, Zcash, Ethereum Classics. Like, okay, dude, we get it. Like, come on, dude. So funny.
I'm using
Okay.
the volume weighted average price here, the VWAP. And the only reason why I think we're gonna pull back here, and we might not even pull back depending, because this momentum is really, really strong. So we might not pull back, but I think we are just based off of the divergence in the data. But the reason I do is mainly because most people are buying in this range, and if you're buying in anywhere in this range here, you're buying above the average volume buy-in. So if you're buying above this line, essentially you're buying for more than the average person bought in for. And the further you get away from this line, the more it tells you that it's an inflated movement. So ideally, we want to see this pink line start moving up with the price action, because if it doesn't, then we'll definitely see a pullback to the VWAP, and then that should occur either at this level here or this level, because if it could happen down here, but if this line gets hit, then you definitely want to exit, because it would be a resistance support flip from the previous movement.
Excellent.
Yep. So all in all, Bitcoin's looking good, but we are nowhere out of the woods yet.
Nope.
Play it safe, and yeah, go from there. Say don't FOMO in, because Mex's high leverage is there to churn and burn and make Arthur a very rich man.
Arthur
Yep.
smile.
Oh God.
The Arthur smile, dude. All right, we have a short list of coins because some of the coins requested don't really look like they're worth talking about. So we got Burst, Sia Coin, Quark Chain, Pascal, XRP, and Lux. Those are the coins. And then we'll probably look at the troll box and answer some questions too. So, yeah, we just start out with Burst Coin. Anybody have a chart for this Burst Coin?
I'm pulling one up now. You all want dumb
It's looking
things.
nice, dude. I like Burst Coin.
No, it's not looking nice.
It's a nice coin, dude.
That's debatable as well.
Dude, I love it, dude. I love Burst Coin.
Right, that's because you can mine it with all your thousands of spare hard drives. All right, Burst Coin. Jesus, this thing has a
Look
lot
at
of
that
history.
long-term support tap.
Yeah, it did do a little tap down there. It's curling up. The problem is it just did this back in August as well when it looked like it tapped the bottom, and then it came right back down even lower. If we look at, I'm kind of watching my longer-term MAs as signals for buying in, and so the short-term EMAs are good, but it still hasn't closed, given me a daily close above the 90. And, that's kind of, for me right now with a lot of altcoins, a daily close above the 90 MA is effectively my first buy signal, if you want to call it that. That just shows at least some sort of strength. So, I'm happy to concede a few percentage points to get into a kind of a more confirmed trend. So we look like we have a good bounce based on that gorgeous little daily Darth Maul candle down to 100. But, it still hasn't, I guess, broken out and confirmed an uptrend just yet. It could easily pull back down into 120 or lower without too much trouble.
Yeah, especially at low volume.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the volume isn't there yet either. So
Where is the volume?
volume's only going to come in once these things start really making a proper trend. These could all just be bounces to coincide with the crypto market cap double bottom, things like that. I'm seeing this kind of movement across the board, and most of them aren't going to stick. A handful will, but and you got to kind of find those and look for the volume and look for the clear daily closes above some resistance levels and above some key long-term MAs. But until that happens, there was these are some knife catching bounces that are going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's very little reason for a lot of these to continue. Outside of just they pulled so far back down, they're just kind of returning to the mean. And to do that, they almost always spike up because people see it. Oh, it's up 20% from 100. Let me buy in. We go up to 140, 150, and then come crashing down to 115 and carrying with infinite sideways till July of next year. So
I think
you got to be careful with a lot of these.
Crypto traders like to be heroes and catch the bottom. They like to catch knives, but with these, the thing about like these altcoin bear markets is if you try and fight the trend, like you're going to get rolled over because the overwhelming sentiment was profit taking and retail selling. So instead of trying to fight the trend, just figure out how low could it potentially go, right? And then obviously the most amount of your bid would go down there, and then you would start theory crafting based off what happened in the past, levels and whatnot. But the idea is assuming the worst and assuming that the trend is going to continue, because if you don't have any volume data that suggests that the trend isn't going to continue downward, then you're essentially gambling and you should go to a casino instead.
Yeah. Well, we can tell like how many altcoins someone owns by like their proximity to Las Vegas. So, but so the thing about the burst chart is like I've actually seen this chart like over and over again in like the past year or so. I've been trading crypto, where they kind of do this like double bottom type of move, and then usually what that usually is it's either like bots or it's like a market maker like desperately trying to save the chart. And you don't want to be the only buyer when the other buyer is the market maker. because there's not going to be any support, and what's going to happen is the chart will break down, and you're just going to get completely wrecked.
Right. I mean, right now, your safest bet is, unless you're very good and a long-term player and are comfortable that we're close to the bottom, aka you trade like need a coin, get in coins with a confirmed uptrend. That's if you don't have a whole lot of trading capital, the last thing you want to do is being averaging buys for the next 3 months, waiting for a coin to start going up. When you could have caught a couple of times 2 times 3s. If you go look at the Factum chart, that's kind of a clear example of you could have caught the middle of that for anywhere from 50% to let's say at times 3 if you came in with a kind of an uptrend confirmation, and you could have gotten back out. So right now, kind of that's really what I'm looking for in the charts is where the coins are actually going to make a move and continue moving, so I can put my money to use, go it, increase it, and now I have more money to buy more shit coins, because that's really what we're all trying to do here, is to make more money to buy more shit coins.
Yep.
Can we look at? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, just kind of touch on that a little bit. If this coin actually does interest you, there are ways of setting up your bids to make sure that you average down appropriately. I like to use 0.2% of my portfolio every 15%. So right now, currently, it's sitting at Burst is at what, 133 satoshis. I'd put a bid there, and then I'd have my second bid at like 113 satoshis. Then I'd have my third bid at like 96 satoshis, and then so on and so forth, right? And I'd had put in 5 bids total, average down. But then at the same time, you got to be careful, because you still want to get in a coin that's doing stuff. There's not really much happening with Burst right now. They don't have much going on. There's no real reason to try and jump into this thing. So if you're long term on this, there are ways to do that without hurting yourself and not just constantly buying down and putting your whole portfolio into it, right? So
Right.
like for me to get a full fill, the price has to drop about 75%, right? So I don't get full fills if it doesn't go down that much. So anyways, my 2 cents for what it's worth.
Like a 75 retracement from the all-time high, or
No,
So
just from my first
whenever he
entry
starts-
point, and,
yeah.
and I generally like to get in below the average. So usually it's quite a bit below all-time low, right? So by the time I get my last fill in, but if that's the way you're doing it, that's for me anyways.
Right. And that requires patience and like I said, the capital in the bags to be comfortable sitting on a coin for a while before it moves. And I feel like a lot of people in crypto Twitter don't have very big trading capital, and so that's not ideal, as it
And
were.
definitely not patience.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
So-
yeah, a big thing, like I said though, is liking the coin. A lot of people on crypto Twitter don't even know the coin they're buying into, right?
Sure.
So you got to understand a little bit about the coin and what you want from it also. So
Yeah, the other thing that was important is that it was 0.2% per bid, so it's not much. In total, he's only going to put in 1% if all 5 of those bids get filled.
exactly.
And the thing about that is, it can go to 0. Okay, you lost 1%, whatever. But if it goes
still got
10x,
99% left in the game.
yep. But if it goes 10x, all of a sudden you just made 10%.
Exactly.
market making.
Wow, math. Excellent, dude. Cool.
Makes
Matt,
short
work
supply.
for you.
What about Sia coin? Is y'all's interested in Sia coins? Y'all's got those Sia coins?
Does it have any volume?
Saya coins, dude.
the daily volume is
It looks
Man.
alright, actually.
it's I'd like to see it pick up, but it's a good start. Thing is, it still hasn't closed. Let me show my chart here.
The market cap is so high on it, though.
Yeah, this is just
It is,
recent
but
it is
selling.
very
So,
high.
it's low Satoshi, so those tend to do fun
yeah, that's
things. I
true.
mean, yeah, we've curled up from the bottom, which was what 67. I mean, we're up 10%. It's not a move. This isn't even, in my opinion, it's not even worth looking at because we still are nowhere near out of a shitty downtrend or potential infinite sideways. Like, it could just repeat this wave pattern. It could just do this right here. Like, it could just go on to repeat that all the way through, for all I know. So, I mean, it's curling up, so set some alerts, I guess, and wait for the price and the volume to actually kick in and to get a strong daily close. But, you know, it's not something I would try and jump in looking for a kind of a short-term move at all right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be really passive when it comes to these kind of coins. Like the volume looks good in terms of circulation, but for the most part, it's people exiting the option and not coming back from the size and the when we have these recovery rallies. There's never a third upswing, so you could see like an upswing here and then a second one here, an upswing here and a second one here, where we don't have like the third higher high, meaning like there's no conviction that the trend has even been broken from the macro downtrend. And these kind of recovery rallies, you're gonna see it when there's just a good amount of volume and money just surrounding the option. It's just you really don't want to touch this option until it gets way lower down, in my opinion. But I don't know how the fundamentals are, so if the fundamentals are strong, then maybe it's a good pick, but it doesn't look like very many buyers are interested in this coin at this point.
Not yet. I mean, like I said, it's still up times 5 from the, oh god, no. What was the low last year? We were like 20-ish.
Yeah, it's like 18 or something.
Yeah, so I mean, we're still quite a bit up from the low. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If you look at the historical chart, not saying it could get that high, but once it moves, there will be plenty of opportunity to catch part of the uptrend. No reason to rush into this. Wait for a confirmed uptrend, a strong volume, and then get in there, make some money, get back out. Simple as that. Like I said, as we mentioned before, we are still very much in a bear market. Yeah, we're bouncing, but Bitcoin's bounced 4 times in the past year, and then we just fucking crashed to holy hell. So, nothing is uptrending yet. You gotta be patient and play it safe and be very selective as to what you're gonna get your ass into right now.
I still remember this coin as a sub 10 Satoshi mark or 10 Satoshi coin. It didn't seem like that long ago. It was like a $4 million market cap or something like that. But they do have a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's recognized yet or whatnot, but they do have stuff going on. It is relatively high market cap. Kind of, I guess, one thing I'd say about it is a low Satoshi coin. It's actually, besides Doge, I believe the lowest, or maybe Bytecoin. Yeah, Bytecoin and Doge, but it's one of the lowest coins on Polo and both Bittrex. So usually when you get a new herd of investors, which you likely will see around this time, you're going to see people going for low Satoshi coins because it looks cheap, right? So that's my reasoning for not minding this coin. But yeah, like I said, it's been way cheaper and it wasn't that long ago. So careful.
Yeah, it's hard to look at a coin when it used to be like 4 sats or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't ever look at Verge.
God damn it!
I just see Grow Digi.
Again.
I just seen Grow Digi mentioned in the chats that he remembers when Secrets mentioned it at 6 Satoshis. So
yeah, see, it's a good coin. I think the market cap's a little high for me, but yeah, I like the low Satoshi coins, so it's good.
Can we talk a little bit about Ethereum real quick? I don't know if we went over this before.
Go for it, dude.
No.
Hit it.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted to look at the chart.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like a chart. I'm not like a TA trader. I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. Ethereum is another one of those coins that generally leads the market, and it has been a little bit.
I mean, it's if we go to the Arthur destruction chart,
God damn it, Arthur just.
You
Crushed.
basically, I'm still convinced that Arthur added it so he could destroy it. The way he added it, at least with the God, their fancy math. I tried to make sense of that fucking whole how they calculate the price and the funding and they're using Bitcoin to short Ethereum, and I gave up. It was ugly.
Well, you see, first they get a voodoo witch doctor, and then they take the firstborn of the 8th cousin on the full moon of the new lunar cycle, and yeah.
So if you consider that the BitMEX listing effectively accelerated the demise, because you literally would never have not made money shorting Ethereum on the BitMEX contracts since it came into being in August.
God damn.
We have a potential double bottom on the daily. Enhance.
It's just so funny that Arthur was so excited when he's like double fucking digits. He's like, we did it, boys. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Arthur. Like,
we
what
did
the
it. We
hell?
killed crypto. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Obviously, the buying volume still not up there matching the recent selling volume. So this could just be a potential dead cat. You never know. It's got work to do. It's too early to call. I mean, this is a 20% move from the low, which is a big move for such a large cap. But I mean, it had been beaten into the ground anyway.
Do you guys want to see a real tragedy? Oh, we're already looking. Yeah, it's the USD chart. It's just so sad, man.
No, it's basically some evil genius's master plan to destroy a coin.
That candle where it hit like $90 and then $130. That was weird. That was a nice bounce, but it just got sold into.
Arthur ever adds something else paired to USD, like short it.
Just
he's out to destroy it. You know that now. So we could bounce a little bit more. We got some horizontal resistance. We got some MAs to get through, which I don't think it will, unless the entire crypto market rallies like the son of a bitch. So had you caught it at like sub 110, you're sitting pretty. Just kind of stay in your position until it looks like it's weakening. Would be my best advice. Like you can be one of those that kind of slowly takes profits on the way up. I have a sub 110 entry because I didn't want to try knife catch because it could have very well have just tanked harder had buyers not stepped in. So I'm just going to sit and wait to see if this momentum peters out or keeps on going, and then either hold on my position or close out based on that. So that's my take on ETH right now. Obviously, say if BTC rallies, it'll drive up the USD price with it, but the ETH BTC pair might not do so hot.
Yeah, I think Ethereum's going to do all right, and like when it's these really, really large caps like Ethereum, I mean, it's not that large anymore, but relatively speaking, you're going to have these recovery rallies or automatic rallies happen no matter what, because, the market cap is just so big. There's always going to be somebody counter trading somebody.
Right.
With that in mind, there's certain things that you need to look for when the recovery rally happens. Like Rogue already said, you need to look for good volume. The daily candle today hasn't closed yet, so it's, we still have to see. But the other things we want to look for is, how much of a retracement will this recovery rally make? And there's not a textbook definition. A lot of people will give you Fibonacci ranges to look for retracements, but there's really no textbook definition as to what precisely confirms a recovery rally that isn't a dead cat bounce. But if you have enough market intuition and technical indicators that are telling you buy volume and the market sentiment is supporting this rally, and it's not just an artificial rally, then obviously you'll have some conviction to play off of. But until then, Ethereum is a dangerous option to long unless, you have a lot of faith that it's the bottom, because it's risky. I'm not going to say that we're not at the bottom, but it's risky to play these kind of playing against the overall trend, because this is clearly a downtrend. You know, it's
This is a wrecked trend, dude. This thing is
That's
fucked.
rolling down a cliff trend.
dangerous, right? It could have huge upside. I think what people are so attracted to about Ethereum and trying to catch these knives is like the huge R&R for a trade like this, because
Right.
your R&R would be all the way up here and your stop loss would be down here. So it would be like a 7 or 8 R&R. Of course, people want to take this trade, but it loses most of the time because you're going against the trend.
Right.
But you know, it's hard to call whether or not it's going to go back up, especially with Bitcoin and all the conviction buy volume coming in with Bitcoin. You could make a case that it's going to have a nice rally back. Whether or not it's going to be dead cat, you know, is up to you.
Right. There's a lot of factors in play right now. Like, I don't know if I'd buy into it at this price, just because it's, you know, we got some wicks that it's running into on the horizontal level that could all act as resistance here in the mid 120s. And then same thing in the mid 130s. So, you know, a whole lot going into it. If you're in it, like, good job, sit tight, you know, just let it ride out this current move and see what happens. You know, it's definitely going to follow BTC. Like, you know, if Bitcoin keeps on rallying here throughout the week, you know, we could definitely see a nice move. And it's one of those things, like, it goes up high enough, it brings in more buying volume, and it becomes a cycle. Like, I don't know any numbers on the longs versus short data on Ethereum. You know, that also has a part to do it. You know, how many of those guys have taken profits? Because, you know, everybody, if you believe crypto Twitter, everybody and their mom has been shorting this ever since it became available on BitMEX, and so they're all rich now. But hey, who knows?
Not me. In fact, that was one of my misses. I didn't short it, and then I missed again because I got greedy on this bleed out, and I had my buys set like sub 90. So those obviously didn't hit.
I think a lot of people were looking for under 90.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know, that's one of my misses, but oh well. I'm not going to FOMO in and all that kind of greatness. Just,
No.
you know, move on.
Yep. All right. So the next. Anything else to add about Ethereum? You're gonna say something, SoCal?
Oh, no, I was taking a sip of my drink.
Ooh. What are you drinking?
Save us Vitalik. You know, a little bit of lean. Iced tea. Iced tea.
The fuck? Okay. God damn it, dude.
All right. What's next?
The next coin is Quark Chain. I don't know. The chart looks interesting, but I don't really know much about the coin itself.
We're pulling back. We hit resistance.
Isn't that supposed to be the quantum resistant one, or
Which one isn't quantum resistant now, dude? There's like a bunch of them.
You're correct, but I meant like the OG one that was started all that shit.
I have no idea.
I started with a Q or something. Anyway, okay, moving on. Is that a banana I see?
Yeah, we're drawing bananas, dude.
It's a banana.
Oh yes, the best
Never
TA.
change.
This is
the
known as
best
the
TA formation ever.
banana.
Yeah, the
You
chart
can't
is
banana.
lively. That's for sure. It's kind of moving
It's
around.
got some life to it for sure.
Yeah.
No, but you should see a correction back to
Where was the ATH on that?
Oh, the all time. I don't even know.
1430, I think. 1430. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should. I mean, the correction's already occurring. It's just if this line breaks here, the local all-time high movement previously, then you're gonna see like, let me get rid of this mean banana. You're gonna see probably a further pullback, you know, to a volume contention range, probably somewhere, you know, a little bit lower than here probably, because there's been a ton of trading in this zone. So you can expect the volume to support it in this range, but it's likely that it's going to have a pullback due to the fact that when we retested this line here, there's really not that much buy volume backing it up. I mean, there's conviction. You can definitely see that people are, you know, one-sided, but that doesn't mean that a reversal isn't going to happen. When people get too greedy, obviously it's the best time to sell. And so if you wanted to enter this option, you would look for something not greedy, maybe down here. And if anything, you want to look for a good volume, because if it does start dropping and we don't see good circulation happening, there's really no argument that it won't drop a little bit further. So if you're going for risk reward, definitely don't FOMO into this because I could see it correcting.
Also, the quantum resistant was QRL. I think that's what you're thinking of, SoCal.
Oh, okay.
Quantum resistant ledger, but
I mean,
Okay, well, that would probably be the one I was thinking.
Urban CA pretty much covered it.
yeah,
I'm on the exact same page as him. It's pulling back. It's going to test and see if it can find support somewhere, and if it doesn't, it's going to drop down really far. I mean, we do have a very shallow long-term trend line. If you are a fan of those, so it could maintain this uptrend and drop back into the 700s easy, and then just kind of repeat this wave again and just keep on doing a long grind because it's pretty new. I think it's on a whole lot of exchanges.
it's
so
on
we're
Binance, I think.
yeah. So we're effectively still in, I guess, price discovery, for lack of a better term, because it did nothing but dump on listing.
Right.
I mean, that's just a straight dump. Somebody decided that was the bottom, and so now we're trying to see if it's worth anything or not. So, we're going to test some horizontal levels, and at worst, possibly retest this trend line, and then maybe repeat the whole pattern. So, yeah, I would not buy it right now. Depending on where you bought in, may or may not be a bad spot to take profits. It kind of depends on you. So, that's pretty much where it's at.
Where it's at. Yeah, I agree. $40 million market cap. So, I don't know. The volume is pretty good. It's almost $6 million in volume today.
Yeah, but it's starting to go down.
Yeah, so we'll see it kind of decline a little bit. The chart is interesting, that's for sure. It doesn't look like a lot of the other ones.
That looks all sorts of fun.
Whoa. Geometry.
It's just Gartley. But yeah, I mean, for this shit, I wouldn't touch it though. I'm just having fun with it. Like I wouldn't trade this option. That's why I'm just messing around with it.
I'd wait for it to find the bottom of whatever this pullback's going to be, and then see if we have buying volume come in to pick it back up.
Word, I agree.
All
right. The next one is Pascal.
What's the ticker for Pascal?
PASC.
PASC.
One of the greatest ads Poloniex ever had, percentage-wise.
Yikes!
It went from forget it. I think when it got added initially, the low was like in the thousands. People were buying this thing sub 100. Were people buying it like under 100 on some fucking god?
I think it was definitely like a few. It's like maybe 300 or 400. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like 300.
It was on Cryptopia, and then Cryptopia delisted it.
And then
it was right around this time, actually.
Yeah, they did.
I remember that
time.
And then it pumped like
hard.
One of the biggest pumps I've ever seen.
Well, you should look at the chart on CoinSignals.trade because it has the pump in there.
Basically,
it's fucking crazy.
I think
dude.
some people, if they held on to it, went from like sub 500 to 164,000.
That's yeah, that one right there,
which is insane. So, but it has. I mean, it's returned to a pretty good baseline.
Yeah.
It's just been ranging. We do have a reasonably okay looking uptrend.
Yep, that was one hell of a pump, dude.
What is this?
That was back when Poloniex is actually. Like,
that's when you added a coin to Poloniex and it did wild and wonderful things.
There's several of those. It's crazy, dude.
That's the most retail candle I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Yep.
Oh man.
In my opinion, that was
I
like
was there for that. I sold that.
That was like the start of the bull season.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Kicked everything. This particular ad. Yeah, it was
3x.
It was a 3x. Not obviously nothing wrong with the 3x, but yeah, on this coin, that's definitely unfortunate.
That was. I remember that because it was so crazy. Because I looked at it and I'm like, I hear all these people saying, "Oh, my average is under 500," and then I'm like, so do I buy this at 15,000, which is like already a 30x for them? But you did that, and you could have still picked up a times 10 off of that. It was one of the most insane, percentage-wise gains I've seen for
that night. Well, that night was insane. I just want to say a big shout out to Noose for hanging out with me, talking me through that whole day, going back all these years. Still pretty epic.
That was interesting because it was like you said, it kind of kicked off the alt seasons. People were still unsure, so the people that got that multiplier, like if they bought it in the hundreds, sold it for 1,000. They sold it for 2,000. They got their money, but then that shit pumped so fucking hard, dude.
Pascal was the reason I became a trader.
That was also one of the markets on Poloniex that hit 100,000 Bitcoin volume. I'm pretty sure that day it hit 100,000 Bitcoin volume.
It did.
That was there's 3 of them. It's like Ethereum Bitcoin Cash, Pascal, and
no, it was
Ethereum
Bitcoin Cash didn't exist back then. It was Pascal, it was Dash, and it was I think Monero or Ethereum. I think it was Ethereum.
Ethereum Classic did it when it opened too. It's just like fucking hell, dude. 100,000.
Classic was great.
Yep.
But yeah, I made I'm not gonna lie, I made $300 off Pascal. That was my first ever real trade. I put in 100.
Proud of you.
And I was like, wow, I can actually make money on this.
Like a 60 steak dinner or something?
No, I was just really hyped because I was broke at the time.
Well, yeah.
And then I learned about arbitrage, and I arbed Golem for like 5 or 10x or something, which was pretty sick.
I don't think the Pascal chart looks bad. It's I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it found a bottom. Urban's got a nice looking weekly chart, which we'll switch to ever soon. Big picture, but I'm just kind of looking at the past 8 months or so. Still very much down. We do have this potential double bottom that happened in August. Clearly trending up, although it tends to spike high. Has not been able to sustain any sort of momentum above the long-term MAs, because it keeps on falling below those. So, it's starting to curl back up. Once again, another coin where it hasn't really started, and these moves are very flashy moves. You could realistically, to me, it's not going to start breaking out till it gets out of this valley it's in. And that's going to be, it has to break above, let me draw a rectangle. It has to get above this. It has to get above there. It has to clear that 13,000 mark with volume.
Dude, and that's the thing. It's only on Poloniex. It's literally, that's
what I was
special.
going to say is, if it gets delisted from there, you're pretty hooped right now. So $7.5 million market cap isn't too shabby, but Polo is the 36th biggest exchange. So having only it listed there, you always got to be a little bit skeptical. You got to play it safe, obviously, but could be a good potential pickup. I don't know if they have really much going on. I don't think they have much going on from a fundamental standpoint right now.
I think they either are switching or did switch the mining algorithm on it, but I'm not exactly sure on that. I read that somewhere, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it's almost crazy to say that I'm almost waiting for an 80% increase in price before I would even consider buying it. That's it. Otherwise, to me, it could still get stuck down here. It could do this rising triangle for fucking, let's see, how long can I extend this for that level? All right, if it does, where's my brush? We could just do this before that. This shit could take till May.
Yeah,
I think
no reason it doesn't if somebody's painting the chart.
Is that I think that this coin specifically, haven't looked at it now that I'm thinking about it and looking at the dates, I think it is extremely fluid with the total cryptocurrency market sentiment, meaning I think that when we enter a bull market, it's one of the first ones to pump, and when we enter a bear market, it's one of the first ones to dump. Judging by it having a rally at the beginning of November, the end of October, which was pretty early for an altcoin to have a solid rally, besides I think maybe Litecoin had a good rally at that time. I'm not sure exactly. But the idea is it's almost like an indicator for the cryptocurrency market sentiment. Is there a lot of demand in the market? If there's a lot of demand in the market, then even coins like Pascal will see a pump. And if that's the case, it's a good indicator that's showing us, people are there's less fear and more greed coming back into the market.
Interesting, because I know before I used to use. Obviously, it doesn't work as well anymore, but it used to be Doge, Litecoin, and Ethereum that were good canary coins for what was going on.
Right. Yeah. I think it's really useful to find. I think those coins change over time, but I think if you have some solid ones that have data that show that, you compare the dates of when Bitcoin pumped and when the altcoin pumped, and if the altcoin pumped, just before Bitcoin, it's a really good canary. I agree.
Yeah, Dash had that a little bit.
Mhm.
And by the way, I haven't kept up on the fundamentals of Pascal, but it had the worst fundamentals of any coin ever.
Nice.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So
So
that
it
doesn't matter.
Listen, so Einsteinium, they released like an announcement of an announcement, and their coin pumped like 10x or something, and then their announcement was like, "Yay, it was like this is gonna change blockchain forever." And then when they finally dropped it, they were like, "We just changed the POW algo," and
Yeah.
it just completely dumped. Pascal, on the other hand, it just had like a 10x or a 100x pump. And I remember the developer was on Bitcoin Talk. He had absolutely no idea why it was pumping. He was just like, "What's going on? Why is it?"
I'm pretty sure he didn't even really have that many coins at the
Yeah,
time.
he didn't have that money himself either.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny and sad, but
I like Urban's take on it. This could be a good weather marker for where things happen. Like once it starts to take off, I'd almost start looking at other coins. But it still has so much space to kind of go sideways and up that once again, not a real good one to get into. If you look at the fact that for it to break out, it almost has to go ×2, and that could take a couple of months at worst. Not an ideal coin to get in right now. Just keep an eye on it, because if it does break out, it might be worth preemptively hopping into some other coins that have that are showing signs of potential life, but not a strong buy for me at all.
yeah. Excellent. I can't even trade on Poloniex, so I'm fucked. Oh well.
What?
Yeah, you can't trade Poloniex in some states. Well, I can't even go in there.
Dude, there's no liquidity
Oh, dude, that
All right,
sucks.
what's next?
Well, we're at 50 minutes. There's 2 coins left on the list.
Bitcoin's moving.
XRP and Lux. I don't know if there's much to say about either.
There's not
XRP is
much about Lux.
No, someone asked it to look at Lux, and it doesn't look that great. We looked at it earlier, but we can talk about XRP if you'd like, or yeah, why not, dude?
How much XRP got moved into the
Oh
distribution
yeah, we
wallet?
should definitely talk about that.
Need a
for
coin,
sure.
you have the numbers, don't you?
Yeah, it was like, well, in 2 transactions, one was like 340 million, and then the other transaction I think was like 70 million or something like that USD. So
Yeah, it was
Ripple
like
OTC distribution wallet. Yeah, that's where that all came from. So
yeah, it was like the tweet said 999,999,999 Ripple were moved from wallet to wallet, and I was just like, holy fuck! And then it's like, yeah, $340 million worth of Ripple. Oh, what's up, man? I'm just moving my billion Ripple around, dude.
Right.
It looks like a FUD trap, in my opinion. Like, I think that it's going to be buying right here is too risky, obviously. But it looks really bullish from a volume perspective, but buying here from a risk reward perspective is just not worth it. So
besides
it's going to drop.
Besides stable coins, this is the worst possible coin you can be in.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the thing is, I expect this coin to go up again, and I think that the largest Ripple investors are incentivized to spread FUD, and these like distribution tweets that we keep seeing go around and retweet it. It's there's no guarantee that those people are going to sell the Ripple that they're getting, and I think that if they wanted to invest, in their project that they believe in so much, and they have money on the sidelines, then they really want the retail guys to be scared and to sell into their bids. So I mean, like, there's going to be a drop. Don't get me wrong, and it's too risky to trade. But I'm going to be looking at levels to buy in once we start seeing some downward movement, just because I know that overall the sentiment, whether you're here to lead political crusades or you're here to make money. If you're here to make money, then Ripple looks like a really good opportunity in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just say, like, since Bitcoin's been going down, Ripple's been moving up. So it kind of like an inverse thing going on, and Bitcoin's been moving up. So that's something to watch out for.
Well,
I
as
don't
a
like-
crusader of God.
Okay, here we go.
I can't tell anyone to buy Ripple, man. It's a bad coin.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Urban TA is right. Actually, if you want to make money, and most people are in this market for the money. Sorry to say, that's just reality. If it's a good setup, you go in.
I'm here for
And
the
Ripple
tech.
is famous. Yeah, I actually am here for like the tech, but Ripple is famously one of those coins that is very, very centralized, and because of that, the pumps are extremely powerful and they're really easy to spot when they do it. The chart is almost entirely managed by a few whales, so you can always tell when it's time to get in. When things start moving in Ripple, it's usually time to go.
You know, it's taken a nasty dive on the USD pairing, which I feel like a lot of people watch quite a bit more than the BTC pairing.
Yeah, I would say that's fair as well.
You know, it had that wicked pump back in September, where it came out of fucking nowhere for whatever reason. I remember that.
Guys,
I
look,
was
I
in
called it.
Jersey.
Pump, wasn't
I don't know what that was,
it?
but
Bill Clinton pump.
whatever.
Well,
it
yeah,
might have been.
I think that was around the Bill Clinton.
That was
yeah.
the Bill Clinton.
No, it was a little bit before.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're saying like the catalyst was Bill Clinton.
Right.
Bill Clinton, dude. Bill.
Well,
fucking-
Ashton Kutcher on Ellen helped out.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Yeah, he gave Ellen like 4 million Ripple or something like that.
Oh, yeah, he donated it for starving kids in Africa or something.
I
Nice.
actually, one of the first signals I ever tweeted was the Ripple breakout before it happened, and that's how I actually got my following originally, was this first breakout.
So it's actually on the USD chart, we can see it's almost, yeah. Oh, this is actually pretty beautiful to see. Let me share my screen here. We have basically retested the pump.
Yeah.
We dipped right down to kind of the really big move, retested it in the USD pair, and now we're bouncing off of that, kind of out of this hole that it was in for 2 months. So the USD chart is one to keep an eye on. If you can trade that, you know, as Bitcoin goes up, you probably make quite a bit more money than trying to trade the BTC pair. Which is kind of the same thing with Ethereum. You know, I think right now, if you're trading Ethereum, the USD pair is the one to trade, not necessarily the Bitcoin pair. So that's the one I'd be looking at, because you want to see it bounce and retest that resistance up there in the mid 45-cent range. I would not be surprised if that happened.
Excellent.
Just remember, this is a $15 billion market cap we're talking about. You know, like if we think that these coins are overrated, worth 100 million and 50 million, just remember this is a 15 billion. I don't know what you expect for a return. Everybody plays the game differently. You know, if you're looking for 20-30%, you might be able to see it, but it's definitely not something that ever will interest me.
Don't be so negative. Need a coin? Didn't you hear? It's going to $100 and have a greater market cap than every currency in the world combined.
Well,
That's a good point, though, because
that's absolutely fine.
one
was just about to get into that.
One of the cool things about Ripple is that even though it has no fundamentals, it has like legion. It's basically like a cult, right? So you can always trust the community to pump the coin when it's
This is
time.
true.
Yeah.
That's why when he said he tweeted about Ripple, he's like, I got all these followers. That's the Ripple bot army, man.
That's the Ripple
Yeah.
army. XRP the standard, boys.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
All right.
I just
Man.
It was screaming pump.
I tried. I try to talk sense into some of those idiots, and
Nope.
yeah, I realized very quickly that was a losing battle. It's like, this is basic math, guys. Like,
Well, here let's
You don't-
put it this way. Let's lay it out. Ripple, if you want to make money, is a great coin to trade. Don't hold it.
yeah,
Correct.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the XRP lobotomy people online. Like, just holy shit, they got to be bots. There's no way there's people that stupid,
Dude, when
that
I was when I used
actually
to
know
be-
how to work a computer and shit.
when I
There's
used
no
to
way.
be Ripple Chris Brown, and I would tweet all this stupid shit about Ripple. The Ripple people were confused. They're like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?"
Do
Like,
you remember when Ripple is less centralized than Bitcoin?
yeah,
Do you remember when Ripple doesn't have a maximum cap?
Do you remember
Yeah.
when Bill Clinton came to speak about Ripple because he
dude, that
really
was so
loves the
epic. I
technology?
love that, dude.
Like
Do
I
you
said,
remember when Ellen DeGeneres got crippled for starving kids in Africa?
I remember.
Ripple is garbage on so many levels, but just because it's that doesn't mean you can't make money off of it. Look
Yeah.
for the right
I'll
setup.
When
I'm not
everything
saying
else is dumping, are you really going to turn away 121%? Because that was
Yeah,
my logic. Everything
Right.
was
Yeah,
dumping.
I will concede that it's a great short-term trading opportunity, when the setups are there. I'll concede that fact. Sure, I'll agree to that. But all these, like I said, these idiots that are saying, "Oh, it's going to flip Bitcoin, it's going to replace it, and it's going to be $300 per Ripple." Those idiots, no, that's physically impossible.
Just you wait, dude. Just you fucking
That's
wait.
backholder mentality.
There's
You never
always
wanna get that.
radicals, though, right? Like, I don't think that like
Radical
you
as
should-
rip.
you should like associate your emotions with the like option that much, because like sure there's a bunch of dummies, but like the way I view that is there's a bunch of money to be made from those dummies. Like it doesn't
It's
piss
just
me off
fucking
that
fleecing them.
it doesn't
All right, you
piss
heard it
me
here
off that
first,
there's
boys.
amateur
Urban T is
traders.
telling you buy them.
I'm literally hunting for amateur traders. I mean, like cryptocurrency liquidity and amateur trading here is like you can make so much money. And like Ripple, Doge, the kind of dummy pump where it's just stupid overvalue. It's like 2 or 3 days and it's 121% out of nowhere. It's not even that you're not even holding for that long. Like it's just like it's not even it's barely a day trade and you're doubling whatever you risk. Obviously it's fucking risky, but it's
So
it's
Henry
worth
Phillips, quick side thing. Henry Phillips here asked a question in the chat. He says, "What about STOs?" A friend of mine mentioned all the institutional money was discussing them. Okay, here's one of the biggest memes in crypto. You ready? Big money is coming. Okay, when you hear that, when you hear someone say that, they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Okay, big money's not coming. Institutional money's never coming. Your bags aren't getting saved. Don't even think about big money. Eventually they'll come, sure. But that people
They're
have been saying
averaging
big
in
money's
right
coming
now.
for years.
So they are coming.
They are
Billions
coming,
on the
but
side-
it's
Billions on the sideline, guys.
Eventually, big money is coming.
Yeah, once
Massive
you're
money
completely
is coming.
wrecked, they'll come in.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's just portrayed like incorrectly because like when people hear big money's coming, they think that people are just going to come in and start fat finger market buying.
Yeah.
And like no one who has big money market buys, or like at least they might market buy, but they're not going to fat finger a bunch of
Well,
stuff.
yeah, here's the thing. Big money
Tell
did
that
come.
to
Bitcoin
Tim
doubled in
Draper.
2024.
Do you know
Yeah.
what big money does? It crashes Bitcoin from 6,000 to 3,500 to get their bids filled.
Yeah, that's your big money
That's
right there.
that's your big money buying
Yep.
in right there.
And they bought, and now they're gone again.
They just average in the back, dude. Literally, anytime someone accumulates it as a shit ton of money, they're incentivized to make it seem like they're not doing it. Like they want to use very small increments. And if I'm accumulating and I'm the puppet master, I don't want all the sheep to know that I'm accumulating, because then why the hell would they sell into my orders? So I want to encourage the sell orders to come in and fill the bids, and so that's exactly what quote unquote the institutional money is doing. So it's the misinterpretation of believing that all this money is going to show up tomorrow. It's weighted money, weighted demand versus weighted supply, right? So it's over time the price is going to correct to the amount of money that's entering the market right now.
Yes.
As for market sentiment, it's controlled by the crowd.
I do like SEOs though. I think SEOs are a lot healthier version of ICOs. They're registered with the SEC. They're safe. They're just like any other financial instrument, except that they're a lot more liquid because you can actually trade the tokens. So I'm very bullish on those. I think STOs are one of the things that blockchain is actually useful for.
Well,
other
here's
than,
my
like, gambling.
question though. Will you have to be an accredited investor to trade in STOs, or is that available for retail?
That's a hard
I think
question.
that probably depends on whatever the STO is, right? Some of them probably will
Whatever
have
it qualifies
whitelists.
as.
Yeah, some of them will have whitelists, some of them won't. So, like for example, you don't need to be an accredited investor to go buy a stock of Google, right? So in the similar sense, if Google had like a coin that where one coin represented dividends from Alphabet Inc., you could definitely buy that without being accredited. So that's like one of the cool things about it. And I think STOs are definitely one of the very unique things aside from gambling and like buying drugs that Bitcoin and all these cryptos are super useful for. So I like it a lot.
Okay,
Well-
first of all, I just want to say about like big money coming and stuff. And everybody's so short term here. You guys got to remember, like we still have way more volume than we had last year, at this time. It's actually roughly even like 4x the amount of volume from where it was last year. You go back 2 years, there's about 120x volume from where we were just 2 years ago. So money's already here. There's a lot of people who have nice big positions. STOs. I don't like it. Sounds too much like STD and STI. So it's just another disease, and I don't like it.
God damn it.
All right, Nitacoin's not going to be holding any STOs, boys.
No, man, I ain't telling nobody I got STOs.
How many STOs do you have, bro? I got like 1,000.
God damn it.
Don't like it, man. They got to change that name real quick.
STOs. What is that? What does it stand for? STOs.
Security token offerings, I think.
Oh. Okay.
Sexually transmitted options.
Oh god. Fucking sick. All right, dude. We've been on for an hour and 5 minutes now, so we're overtime, but that's cool. We can do a little roundup and
Sure.
see what's going on. Rogue, we'll start with you, man.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with yesterday's action on Bitcoin. It's been a lot of fun to trade these past week or so. Now that we got some volatility back in there, I'm hoping to see it keep on moving up. But obviously, you're gonna play what the chart gives me. Been trying to hop on a few coins that are meeting kind of my pretty strict criteria for buying right now. Really, just trying to catch some confirmed uptrends and just get a big chunk of the middle part of that. If you want an example, go take a look at the Factum chart. That's what I'm looking for. I'm happy with that middle 50 to 75% of that for some profits. Get back out, increase my Bitcoin stash, move on to the next coin that's doing the same kind of thing, and really just try and make as much as I can before we get the real actual bull market, which could still be months away. So you're playing it safe, just trying to increase my Bitcoin holdings right now versus trying to scale in long term on any shitcoins. I feel that when the market moves, the market's going to move, and you might not catch every single move, but you can get good sized positions on plenty of them to give you some good returns.
Excellent. Need a coin.
Yo.
Talk to me, buddy. Tell me about your day.
Oh, my day was pretty epic. I had to take my dog to the vet because we found a lump on him, but it turns out it's just a big pile of fat. So
It was just an STO, bro.
so
I'm glad the dog's okay. Good.
But yeah, no, things are good. Obviously, Bitcoin's up a bit. It's still really down, so I don't really give a shit. I don't really celebrate things like this, but some people do, I guess, if you want to get all happy.
Have you become
about it.
dumb?
Oh, I've been numb for a long time, man. That's what happens when you've been holding this shit for 4 or 5 years. So, yeah, I really have no emotion towards the market. Real life stuff happens. That's more important than a little bit of money going up and down. But back to this, I think things look great. I've been buying lots of positions. I've been loading up. Shitcoin Calendar's coming out. 3 days, we're gonna start that thing off. So
I can't fucking wait, dude.
All
We'll
right, boys.
see.
What wasn't the return on your last shitcoin calendar like insane?
Oh
That was pretty
god,
good.
it was
We don't
something retarded.
but well,
I think
we'll see what
something-
happens this year. This is
Yeah.
a totally different market and everything.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Just gonna try and name a bunch of good coins and see what happens. So I've been doing a lot of research, looking into a lot of things. Like I've said before, there's a lot of distractions right now. Obviously, with the price of Bitcoin going down so hard, people are mainly focused there. But there's a lot of good coins. That's why if you were watching Factum, you've seen that coming up, and there's a lot of main net stuff coming up. So yeah, we'll try and hit some of that stuff off here in December.
Sick, dude. I can't wait. So Carl.
Hey, buddy.
Hello. What's going on, dude?
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Again, just still mining. Obviously, tried to grab whatever spec plays I can. Trading a little bit, mainly easy stuff, like I described earlier, with the just playing the bounces after the big dips and everything. Not doing anything too strenuous, uh, you know. But that's about it. Just getting ready for the bull run. I as they said, it could still be a few months away, but things are definitely starting to look up, in my
Yeah.
opinion, at least. So I'm trying to get prepared for the next run, so that I got my bags ready to sell.
Hell yeah. I like that, man. Okay.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Roy.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm not doing too much crypto wise. I am. I sold a bunch around like 6K, I think, right after the drop, and then I didn't sell around 6K. I think I sold around 5.5 or something, and so I've been sitting out for a while. I'm looking.
You sold at 38.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I tell you I didn't do that. I did not do that. There's no way I did
No, I
that.
didn't. No, I didn't.
You can check my Twitter. I don't delete my tweets.
Okay.
Nope. Check my Twitter. I
I'm
sold it at like
teasing.
5.5, and also I sold Chainlink at 48 cents. So get fucked, need a coin. But
You don't get access to the calendar now, dude.
yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get blocked for the whole month of December.
That's the letter, right?
No, but yeah, real shit though. Real shit. One of the things that I did last year, and I think it's something that I'm kind of getting back into doing, is really following what a lot of the OGs give in terms of advice. Because personally, I feel like I've been moving a little bit away from that, developing my own strategy. And I think now that the market is kind of resetting to the state where when I first entered it, it was very similar. I'm kind of looking towards the OGs again. So Nitacoin and Rogue gave like great advice today. I think you guys should follow that. I'm certainly going to be looking into that. Yeah, look around. There's not too many people on Twitter that are left that are OGs, really. Most of them are either rich and living on an island, or they're just
secrets.
yeah, they just don't give a shit. Some of them do, and they're actually still out here helping the community. So listen to those guys. They don't have a paid group. They don't have any other like incentive other than to help you out. So definitely listen to the OGs.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing.
CryptoPass says OG advice, buy more Tezos, please. I need help.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm holding Tezos, and it's a tragedy, boys.
I love that chart, dude. Anyway,
This is a fucking tragedy. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'm just sitting. I'm kind of waiting for a little bit more confirmation, I guess. Bitcoin is looking good now. Bitcoin is looking good.
Yep.
I think I probably want to wait for this weekly candle to close, and then I'm going to make a decision before buying back in. But it's looking good. I'm really hoping that was the bottom. I have bids still that are quite low. I think my lowest bid is something around like 2.8. And if not, I think I'll lift those and buy back in once the weekly closes. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing.
cool, man. Good shit. Urban trading.
Yeah. So basically, just been trading Bitcoin, scalping Bitcoin. I think that right now is probably more of the purging time when it comes to these shitcoins. So it comes down to people who have experience sifting through fundamentals and sifting through what works and what doesn't work in the crypto market, and what's accepted and what isn't accepted. Because it's not, technicals aren't going to be what's going to come in handy in these coming months. You're going to be wanting to look for the people that can spot the next Ethereum in terms of growth, can spot the next Ripple in terms of growth, just like percentage back. And so there's going to be coins that are going to make those kind of giant percentage leaps, but finding those coins is ultimately up to how you do your research and who you follow and look for advice when it comes to research. So yeah, I agree. I agree what he said with what Roy was saying as well.
Yeah,
Excellent.
don't catch any STLs looking for the next thief, guys.
Fact.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to add on to that, I guess there's a lot of noise out there, and so you just gotta pick and choose. I don't know. Use the mute feature sometimes if you have to.
Would you say that there's a lot of troll out there?
There's a lot of people trolling, dude. Just be careful out there.
Be careful out there, and if you do buy an STO, make sure to go see your doctor. Get checked regularly.
Go get a shot.
Yeah.
If you
Practice
remain
safety.
liquidated for longer than 4 hours, you may need to go see a doctor.
Might have STOs, dude. Yeah, for me, I'm just chilling. The last week has been crazy to watch. But yeah, everything's looking a little better now. So I'm just playing with the low caps, man. I'm still on the Graviex and the Trade Ogres and just
Trade
chilling.
ogre.
Trade Ogre, dude. It's so fucking metal. It's a great exchange, man. But
Man.
yeah, I'm just looking at some of the altcoins are looking pretty nice. Some of them are looking worse now. So it's you just go through all the charts and look through all of them basically and see what's going on.
You know what's a really beautiful thing right now is that the 250th market cap is under $10 million. So you don't have to look very far down nowadays to find a market cap under 10 million. So
Yeah.
top 10.
Not only that, but remember this time last year when, or around this time, when we were in the double-digit thousands for Bitcoin, and everybody was saying, "Oh man, if Bitcoin ever goes back down to 3,000-4,000, that's where I'll be selling my house to buy more." Now is the time to be doing that. Of course,
Don't
those
sell
people all
your
got
house.
washed out a
Financial
long
advice.
time
Don't sell
ago.
your house.
Sell your shit. I'm gonna sell my
Sell
dog
your
and-
children,
This
sell
is
your
the
wife,
only
sell
thing
your
I'm going to
house,
say is don't sell your house, people.
sell your
everything.
kidneys. Come on.
Yeah. Don't you only need one of those to survive anyway? You can just sell
Yeah,
them.
you're fine. Actually, you don't even need one. Just get a dialysis machine. You're
Yeah,
fine.
you can buy one back after with your profits.
Exactly.
God damn
What-
it.
No, none of
once-
this is financial advice.
Once you 100x, you can, buy a new kidney.
Everything
life
important
advice.
that was talked about in the last 15 minutes was forgotten.
Literally wiped out, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Well, that was Shitcoin Talk episode 67. Any last words for the people watching still?
Don't catch
Like,
any.
subscribe, get us to 10K, and don't get
Yes.
SOs.
Yeah,
Like.
we'll be back next week probably if the market keeps up like this. It'll be good. So appreciate
down
it.
with
Okay. Shitcoin Talk. We'll see you later. Bye.
Cheers.
Love
Peace.
you. That